Alex here from The Healthy Date, and welcome back to A Cut Above the Roast. Today I have a co-host. This is... What's your name?
Mike.
Yeah! And Clark is my son, and today he'll be helping me make... What are we making?
Muffins.
What kind of muffins?
Chocolate
Chocolate chip. Actually, they're banana applesauce, and we're just for fun adding some chocolate chips at the end. But yeah, that's what we're making, banana applesauce muffins. So what you'll need for ingredients, you'll need 3 pretty ripe bananas, you'll need some applesauce, oil, baking powder, baking soda, some salt. And this recipe is using some whole wheat flour, and then we'll be using some sugar as well. I love this recipe because it uses both bananas and applesauce, which is great. And it's such a lovely recipe to make with your little person because it's pretty friendly in terms of the ingredients. You're just really measuring them out and putting them into a bowl. And Clark, do you like baking with Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah? We have fun together? Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start, the way you mix muffins is you start with the wet ingredients, and then you mix the dry ingredients in a separate bowl, and then you mix them in together at the very end, and then put them right in the oven. So we're going to start with our wet ingredients, and that includes bananas. So we have our 3 ripe bananas here. Clark, can you take one of those bowls out? So we only need one of those right now for our wet ingredients. And can you help me peel these bananas and put them in? Good job, buddy. Do you like bananas? You like to eat them? Yeah, we eat them at home. Do you like them in muffins? Yeah, they're pretty good there too. Who else likes eating bananas in our house? Yeah, they got lots of bananas. And Ben, who's your little brother, he's 11 months, so he likes to eat bananas too. So nice and soft for him to eat. Yeah, and just break it up. Perfect. Your hands are already dirty. I should have brought a towel here. All right, can you start mashing that up? And I'm going to go grab a towel. Oh, push, push, push. These bananas they're pretty ripe, but they're not nearly as ripe as I'd like them to be. There you go. I got it started for you, buddy. Can you keep going? Yeah, stop licking your hands. These muffins will be just for our household. Okay, can you start mashing them up, and I'm just going to get you a towel for your hands, okay? A couple different towels, okay? Perfect. Keep mashing. Use those muscles. Good job, bud. Now, this recipe calls for applesauce, so because of that, we'll be using a little bit less oil than you probably would in a typical muffin recipe. My little trick here is I always measure the oil first, because then it coats your measuring cup, and then your applesauce comes out so much easier. So we're gonna put. Are you done mashing? I'm just gonna mash this up a little bit more for you. Okay. Beautiful. And I'm just gonna measure out. With a liquid measuring cup, you want to get to eye level with it to make sure that you're measuring out the right amount. And you want to be making sure you're using these glass ones. These ones right here, like these little cups, these are dry measuring cups. You want to use those for things like the flour and the sugar. So Clark, can you put that in for me? Whoa, good job, bud. And now we're going to put in applesauce. Sorry, and that was a 1/4 cup of oil. And we're going to put in a full cup of applesauce. Do you like applesauce? Yeah, what do you usually eat with applesauce? What else would you have? If you had applesauce for snack, what else would you eat? Muffins. We can eat muffins. Sometimes we have cashews with it. You want to put that in there too? Good job. Perfect. Excellent job, Clark. And you got some on your hands. We're going to wash our hands shortly because, Clark, we also need an egg. And Clark, can you crack eggs? Are you good at cracking eggs? Yeah? Okay. So, if you're going to let your kid crack an egg, and how old are you, Clark? 3. Can you show me how many on your fingers? Yeah, 3 years old. Look at that. I would always, I think it's great to let your kids crack eggs. It's a great skill for them to learn. My one tip, though, is to always get them to crack it into a separate bowl. That's just in case, they totally butcher it and, the shells get everywhere. Then you can just throw that one out and try a new one. Now, I understand throwing one out seems a bit wasteful, but it's all in there for, the skills, right? You want them to make sure that they learn the right skills. So, Clark, we have cracked eggs at home. So can you show us how you crack an egg? Perfect. That's really good. Oh, yep, go, go, go. Woo! Excellent job, buddy. And do you want to actually throw that in the bowl while your hands are still dirty? And then we'll wash your hands, okay? Throw that in. It's too slippery. Do you want to come back? Oh, oh. Perfect. Okay, we are going to go wash our hands and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Washed our hands nice and clean. Can you show them? Whoa, perfect. And so now we have an egg, a cup of applesauce, a quarter cup of oil, 3 mashed bananas, and I'm going to add into that, usually you can add sugar into your dry ingredients or your wet ingredients. I tend to add it to my wet ingredients just because it like kind of dissolves in there nicely and it mixes in a little bit better than with the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to measure out a half a cup. And there you go, Clark. Oh, go ahead. There you go, buddy. You want to mix that up? You want to use a spoon or do you want to use the masher? The spoon, the wooden spoon here? Okay. Perfect. Go ahead. Take that out. Yep. Good job, buddy. Oh, let's hold this bowl for you. Now, do you mix at home with Mama? What else do we make at home? A little camera shy. What other foods do we make at home, buddy?
Just mixing.
You're just mixing? Okay. Gotta concentrate on one thing at a time. I find baking to be one of the loveliest things to make with your kids because it's pretty straightforward. Other than the raw egg, it's all pretty safe ingredients and they really do have a fun time making the foods with you and then trying them afterwards. Now we made pumpkin loaf. Do you remember that on the weekend? Yeah, was that tasty? Yeah, and what else did we make? You remember? We made cake. You said you wanted to make a cake for a surprise, and so that's what we did, and it was a lot of fun, eh? There you go, perfect. Look how lovely this looks, Clark. And now I'm going to move us over to the side, and we're going to get our other bowl out. Now we're going to put in some whole wheat flour, and this recipe, what I love about it, is it only uses whole wheat flour, so you don't actually need any white flour. Mind you, if you only have your unbleached flour at home, that's totally fine. And the way you want to measure flour is you kind of want to make a heaping spoonful and then use a knife and kind of just cut it across. I'm going to try to do it in the bag though. I'm not going to quite show you because I don't want it to spill everywhere. Now, can you throw that in there, Clark? Now, how many spoonfuls? Can we count this?
1.
1, and then...
2.
Perfect. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 cups of flour. And then we're also going to put some baking powder in there. And so for baking powder, we're going to put 1 tablespoon. Perfect. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. So this is kind of nice if you all the separate spoons and pull out. Go. You still got some in there, bud. Tap, tap, tap. Good job. And then some salt. This salt is kind of a little bit funny. There you go. There you go, bud. And Clark also helped me bring all the ingredients to the counter, which is super helpful. Now I'm going to grab a different spoon. You're going to mix these all up. The oven's been preheating at 400 degrees, and you'll be baking it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And they're such a lovely snack. They're relatively easy to throw together. They freeze beautifully. So if you make a whole bunch, you can put them in the freezer. I double, I triple, sometimes I quadruple, depending. You know when you have 15 bananas? You're like, what am I going to do with them all? Well, I just make this recipe 5 times, I guess. Try to do math all of a sudden in my head. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of flour. Can you hold the bowl with one hand and mix with the other? Yeah, keep mixing. Oh, that's an interesting technique. Okay, we're going to mix it up. Perfect. Now, usually, I don't know if there's like a science between, like if you put the wet in the dry or the dry in the wet. I usually put the dry in the wet because then I find if I do it the other way, I always have like clumps of flour at the bottom. Because what you want to do with muffins is you don't want to overmix it. You want to mix it just enough so that it's mixed together. So Clark, we're gonna put the dry ingredients in with the wet ingredients. This is big. Yeah, this is kind of awkward because it's away from you. Push. And can you mix that up carefully? Because now the bowl is awfully full. Are you good at mixing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big helper for Mama. Look at you go, buddy. That's really awesome. I'll hold this for you. Now, expect a bit of a mess, right? Life's like the story of my life, though. Like, 3-year-olds, like, everything's a mess. Your house, kitchen, laundry room, everything's just a big mess. Look at that coming together. Beautiful. I'm going to show it. See this camera. Look at that. Come on, me take a turn just mixing it? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. We're just going to fold it around. Beautiful. Now, what's our secret ingredient that we're going to add right now to this recipe? What do you think? What do you think we're going to add to this recipe that we're missing?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, chocolate chips. Now, this recipe doesn't call for it, but how can you resist as a parent to give your a little bit of chocolate chips? Now, you can totally make them without. I also at home usually add some sort of like walnuts or pecans. You can do that as well. These ones are little ones. Look how little they are. Is that kind of fun? A little less than a half cup. Or you can put them, well, I guess we can put them in your hand. You can dump them in, but we'll do it this way. Nah. Okay. You want a couple? Well, that's more than a couple, buddy. You can eat those. Yeah, go for it, bud. There we go. We mix these in, and then this is ready to go into the oven for about 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Beautiful. I have my pan over here. Now, sorry, just grabbing this out of, I put in silicone, we won't be sharing these muffins. Okay, next time you sneeze, buddy, you gotta do it in your sneeze pocket, right? Can you show me how? No. Okay. So I use silicone. Because I find that like nothing sticks to them. These, I find when I've done them with paper, they do stick a little bit. Maybe just when they're really warm. So what I would suggest that you do is use like a cooking spray and just spray the paper just a little bit. And then it'll be totally fine. It'll come off. I have like a muffin scoop. I find these super easy. Oh. How do these look, Clark? I'll take that as they look tasty. And this will make about 2 dozen muffins. And I guess you could also make these, you just put them in for less time, but you could also put them in the mini muffin tins, and then that will be, like, you can have like little bite-sized muffins. I don't have those here, and I also don't have the muffin tins. So I was like, I'll just make these regular-sized ones. And they're actually not that big, these ones. They're not like your Tim Hortons muffins, which are like way massive, and I wouldn't even consider those muffins. They're more like cake, eh? Okay. Perfect. We'll just do this in here. Clark, do you know any jokes? No? What's your favorite color?
Blue and green.
Blue and green. And what's your favorite animal?
Elephant.
Elephant. What kind of noise does an elephant make?
I don't know.
You don't know? You know who makes a really good elephant noise? Your daddy. I'm not even gonna try. It's a shame. All right, just gonna grab these last couple. What did you dream about last night, Clark? Do you remember?
Lots of animals last night.
Lots of animals. What kind of animals? Just lots.
I don't know. Mm.
You don't know? Did you like an elephant or a camel? Emu?
Lot of
A lot of elephants. Where were all the elephants?
everything like that.
It was like that? Okay. This is good to bake. We are going to come back. I'm going to put these in the oven. We'll come back. We'll take a look at them once they're all baked and maybe try one. Do you think you want to try one once they're done? All right. We'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, and we're back, and these muffins look delicious. Don't they, Clark? So do you want to try one? These ones, I put it in the fridge for them to cool a little bit longer so they're not too warm. So choose one. Mommy's going to choose one too. Look at all these little chocolate chips in there. They look so tasty. And look how lovely they come out of the...
But this is too hot.
It's too hot?
A little bit.
It's a little bit hot. Yeah, I'm opening it up. It's still pretty warm. Do you want to try a bite of Mummy's?
Mine is hot.
It's pretty warm, but it's not too hot. Do you want me to blow on it? You're going to try your own? They're delicious. They're not like overly sweet, which is like wonderful, and they're like just the most perfect texture. Nice and, oh, good. Nice and tender. Oh, beautiful. Yep. Yep. Okay. Are they good? Tasty? We made good muffins? Okay, can you wave bye? We'll see you guys next time. Happy baking.